At 9:10, the guy wrote back and said, I can't get a hold of my people, so we can't do it, but we can do it Friday. And then I said, Friday's not gonna work. According to the forecast, Friday's not gonna work. It's either tomorrow or we gotta do it in a few weeks. And then 5 minutes later, okay, meet at 6.
Oh my God.
My name is Arthur Kettle. I'm a wildlife biologist with the Alaska Maritime National Wildlife Refuge. The field I work in is mostly seabirds. My interest in seabirds started in college. I've always been interested in where animals exist and why, how that whole process works. And then when I graduated from college, I and another friend actually wanted to travel to South America, and we found a field site working with penguins as a volunteer and then as a paid technician. Then the Exxon Valdez spill occurred when I was returning from Argentina one year, and I got hired to work at the Barren Islands and trying to track damage and recovery. Working with the penguins in Argentina gave me a lot of experience. Fit really well with what was needed at the Barren Islands. This is my 29th year going to East Amatouli and working out there. And the Barren Islands are located right at the entrance of Cook Inlet. The Barren Islands site is kind of unusual among seabird monitoring sites in that the only way to view the cliff nesting birds is to use a boat. And so we take a boat around, we moor the boat in a little cove, and then we take it ashore. And climb up a steep headland to view the birds from above. So it takes a kind of a lot of coordination. It's actually kind of difficult to get out there. The overall goal of the work I'm doing is to learn more about the marine environment and about the seabirds themselves by observing them during their breeding season, and to look at how the birds are doing each year and how their numbers fluctuate through the years and decades. On the Barren Islands, so we work mainly on 4 species: black-legged kittiwakes, common murres, tufted puffins, and fork-tailed storm petrels. We started using time-lapse cameras because of that difficulty in accessing the observation points. We want to record 4 months of events at the nest site. The battery will last for 4 months. A digital clock that's in there wakes up the microprocessor and takes over from there, turns on the power, takes a picture, turns off the power, and then goes back to sleep. We have permanent plots marked on photographs that we use, and actually individual nest sites numbered on the photographs also. We can see how many eggs they lay and how many chicks fledge from the burrows in the cliffs, and what the chicks eat. And actually we're doing some work now to know what they do when they're not on land. Most of the time during the winter and they're at sea. We're trying to sample species that themselves sample different parts of the food web, and to learn as much as we can about the marine environment by looking at diets of the birds and how that translates up through the food web and the chain all the way to the seabird adults. Climate change for the birds in the location where we're working is probably changing the behavior and their breeding success in ways that we haven't measured yet. The temperature of the North Pacific is changing, is warming. You got data that you can compare from year to year and track long-term trends. We really don't know how that's going to affect the birds at the Barren Islands.
Wow, look at this bay, huh? This is like one of the most amazing days.
My favorite part of the work that I do, I don't know why, but I'm very interested in marine productivity and how currents and all the different aspects of oceanographic processes work to make a productive food web. I also really enjoy the behavior of the seabirds. I've always been interested in animal behavior and why animals act the way they do. Moving and changing and then resulting in these colonies of seabirds that use the habitat. And I guess it's just learning more about ecology and how different aspects of life fit together.